when you have a nice entrance to a golf course, it's very transformative where it goes, okay, I'm shutting off the outside world and I'm ushering myself into my golf mindset. And realistically, for a lot of us, our happy place.
Yeah, and it does the same way when you leave. You're like, crap. I do not want to get to the end of this driveway. I don't want to get to the end of this driveway.
Today on Level Select, we've got Wes from the Salty Golfer to talk about the origins of the brand, as well as chat a little bit about his favorite golf course. He specifically said at this very moment, Caledonia Golf and Fish Club in Pawleys Island, South Carolina, just, I believe, south of Myrtle Beach. Wes, thanks for hopping on with us today.
Yeah, boys, I'm excited to be here. I love doing this. I love talking about the brand. I love talking about Myrtle Beach golf, and I've been listening to your podcast, and I was like, man, I want to get on that thing. So thanks for allowing me the time, and happy to be on with you boys.
Appreciate you for listening.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's anytime we can get anybody who's on the opposite side of the coast from us that wants to come on and talk to us, it's such a blind spot, I think, for Sean and I when it comes to golf and golf courses. And obviously, there's so much good golf on the East Coast.
Sure.
And that, we tend to just only focus on what we can because we get spoiled with year-round weather. But I love being exposed to it. Obviously, we've had Nick from Bev Boys come on talk Pinehurst. We've talked a handful of Florida courses, and we're looking forward to jumping into a little bit of Myrtle Beach here today.
Dig it. Let's do it.
All right. Before we hop in, though, we're going to take a quick moment to highlight today's sponsor of Level Select, Bird Darts. Today's episode of Must Play is sponsored by Bird Darts Premium Golf Tees. Nothing relaxes me more on the course than tearing open a box and ripping a few bird darts with the boys. The 100% bamboo golf tees feature a clean design with marks to help you tee up your shots consistently, so your only swing thought is worrying about the cart girl who's watching you tee off. You can also use bird darts without worrying about harming the environment. They're biodegradable, and the packaging is made from recycled materials. Head over to their website, birddarts.com, and use code FAIRWAGERS for 10% off today. Check out their new 4-packs they just dropped for you and all your boys. All right, so again, thanks to Bird Darts for sponsoring today's episode. But before we get into Caledonia Golf and Fish Club, I want to take a little bit of time, pick a little bit of Wes's brain, get people familiar with the brand if they're not, and then also I want to peel a few layers back on Wes. I got a first one here where if you don't know, Wes runs a brand called the Salty Golfer, but I want to know just how salty Wes actually is.
Wes. It's misconstrued because I'm not really salty at all. I'm very laid back and chill and easy to get along with. The name Salty Golfer, my wife actually gave it to she kind of gave it to the brand. I love the ocean just as much as I love the golf course. So the salty aspect of the brand brings in water and ocean and salty air and the marsh and places we like to hang out and do other things, whether it be, surfing or longboarding or, different things that we dig and do in the area. So yeah, I have to explain that quite a bit. It's not because we have bad attitudes on the golf course. That's not why we're the Salty Golfers. Because we equally love hanging out with our friends at the beach and, drinking a few cold ones and hanging out that way too. So,
yeah.
Well, let's pretend that it is because you are bitter on the golf course.
Okay.
I want to know, what is a golf take that you don't commonly share with people because it might rile people up too much?
That I don't share with people?
Or what's your most controversial golf take? Just hit us with that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's super controversial, but I hate that when you're playing golf, if your ball is in the bunker and it rolls in a footprint, that I can't pick that ball up, rake it, and then replace the ball.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure that's a hot take. People might agree with that more than not. But like I've played in a lot of like tournaments and like competitive events, and you're already in the effing bunker, which sucks, and then you have you're in a footprint because the guy before you didn't know how to rake it properly, and like that sucks, bro. Like that just really sucks. So
or for me, it's in my own footprint, and because it's my second shot out of the sand.
Maybe you're hitting your second one out of there, and you're in your own footprint. Yeah, for sure.
I'm with you on that one. I'm also not a fan of having to hit out of a divot in a fairway. I understand that's just like where the ball rolled, but I
Yeah.
mean, what are we doing? Like, just move it. I just,
I agree. I don't think you should be penalized for something you can't help.
yeah. Like if you put it somewhere out of bounds or whatever, that's on you, right?
Yeah.
You put it down the middle and it just happens to be in a divot that
Yeah.
like wasn't on the map. It's just someone left it there. I don't know. I feel like just move it back a little bit out of the divot.
I am 100% with you on that one, my friend.
Yeah. I love that.
Sean, that's a good Sean, just move it. You're not playing in any tournaments. Just move the damn ball.
No, my favorite guys are the guys that are like, do whatever, man. Like we're not playing in a tournament, and even if you are, it's like, yeah,
yeah.
Just move it.
Okay, so jumping into the brand a little bit. I know we talked a little bit before we hopped on, but actually give us a little bit of how the brand came to be. There was probably a tipping point for you where you decided, hey, I'm going to go into this full time. Like, how did we get to that point?
Yeah, great question. So I was in the medical business forever, like 20 plus years. And kind of what I did in the medical field was I was amongst the people, taking people out to dinner and taking them, showing them a good time. And then COVID happened, right? And like all that kind of stuff, it was Zooming after that. And that's not me. Like I want to be amongst it. Like I want to be rubbing elbows and shaking hands and all of that stuff. And at the time, Katie, my wife, and I, we were running this kind of like side hustle called Old North State Clothing Company when we lived in North Carolina. And it was a complete side hustle. We had embroidery machines. We didn't know what we were doing. It was just, we were going to festivals, but everything was like nautical themed. And then one night on a Friday night, we were getting some stuff ready. It was like 2:00 in the morning. We just kind of looked at each other. And I said, I don't want to do this anymore. This is stupid. I don't want to do it. Like, I'm tired of it. And she just like looked at me and you could just see this weight like come off her shoulder. She's like, I'm so glad you said that. I don't want to do it anymore either. I was like, all right, let's don't do it anymore. Because we both had day jobs. And so we sold everything. We sold all the fabric, all the hats, all the machines we had. And a gentleman out of Virginia bought it, and I'm kind of giving you the short version. I had an Instagram page, and it only had like 1,500 followers at the time. This was back in 2018, 2019, into 2018, first of 2019. And I said, hey, do you want this Instagram page? And he goes, no, I'm not interested in social media. And I go, all right, fine. So this thing sat dormant forever, a few months, and it's like, I'm just going to, delete it and turn it off and just start a personal one. And Kate was like, well, you love going to the golf course and you love going to the ocean and you love taking pictures and documenting both of that. Why don't you just call yourself the Salty Golfer and just start posting pictures of the ocean and when you go play golf with your friends? It's like, wow, that's kind of cool. Let's do that. So started doing that. And then fast forward a little bit, right before COVID happened, I was doing this and I was like, let's create a sticker. Like it was one of those rabbit holes. You're up late and you're like, let's just make a sticker. Let's see what happens.
Yep.
So I went on this free copy and paste website. And at the time I was rocking this like full blown faux hawk. Like it was like massive. And the first guy on there sort of looked like me as a cartoon character rocking a faux hawk and a beard, and I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. So let's copy. That's free. Let's pull this over here. So I went to the next page, and I wear sunglasses everywhere I go. Like I'm always rocking sunglasses. And so I was like, well, those sunglasses look a lot like the sunglasses I wear. That's a free. Let's download that. We'll put that over top of the eyeballs.
Yeah.
And then, okay, let's find a cool font. And let's put Salty in one lens and put Golfer in the other. All right, that looks pretty cool. That cost me nothing. Then let's get on, no free ads, but I got on Sticker Mule, I think is what it was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And they had like some first time sign up, get 300 stickers for half price or something like that. So I ordered 300 stickers and they came in. I got on Instagram and I'd been posting pictures for a while. And I said, all right, these are $3. DM me if you want one. Or $4, I can't remember, something like that. And they were all gone in 48 hours, every one of them. And I was like, whoa, like, okay, this is kind of cool. So we just started doing that. And then like the world shut down, right? COVID happened. And I had a chance to move. I'm missing a lot of details, but I'm trying to give you the short version so this podcast isn't 6 hours long. So in my day job, I took a promotion, and my territory was from Fayetteville, North Carolina to Savannah, Georgia. So I needed to be central. And Myrtle Beach is, you got 3.5 hours to Fayetteville, 3.5 hours to Savannah. So I've known Myrtle Beach my whole life. I've had family. We've had family. We've owned a house or a condo in Myrtle Beach since I was a child. So I knew that area. I was like, we're going to Myrtle Beach. And everybody was on board. So COVID happens, and in South Carolina, the number one industry here is golf. So we didn't really shut down.
No.
We shut down for about 10 days. But golf courses kind of remain. They shut down and then they open back up. So you go out there with a foursome. Everyone had their own cart. It was really kind of cool there for a while. Like you're out here playing golf. There's 4 of you, and you got your own cart, and like it was a lot of fun. So what I was doing is I was getting on Instagram, and I was just turning on my Instagram Live, and people were living vicariously through my Instagram because no one else could play golf.
Oh, they all just wanted to be out there.
No one, and they were super jealous, and they're like, this is awesome. This is great. So then kind of like the states kind of opened back up a little bit. And like I'd made all these relationships with the GMs and the head pros and the superintendents. Hey, I'm coming out to your golf course. I'm going to play 3 holes. I'm going to advertise your golf course. You know, this is free advertising for you. I've only got like 3,000 followers at the time. But they're like, yeah, no one's out here. No one's allowed to come to the state anyway, right? Because back then it was like if you leave the state, then you had to quarantine and all this weird crap, right? All this stuff going on. So then it kind of opened up, right? And people were DMing me like, hey, Wes, like I saw that you were playing Caledonia. We want to come down and play Caledonia. I saw you were playing TPC Myrtle Beach. We want to play there. I saw that you were playing Presswick, Blackmore, True Blue. And then so I was just like, all right, well, the state's open back up. And if you've ever been to Myrtle Beach, when you come to Myrtle Beach, if you're a single or a double or a threesome, you will be put with a 4th because there's so much golf being played here.
Yeah.
If you're a single and you're put with 3 other cats, 99.5% of the time it works out. It takes a few holes to get to know each other, but it does work out. But there are those times where they're pissed because they want to play as a threesome and then you're the single and it's weird. So I was like, how can I grow this even more? How can I build more of a community? So I started making myself available to finish up the foursome. Or if you're a single, I'll be your partner, and then you'll get paired with 2 other cats. You kind of already know me through Instagram.
Yeah.
And it won't be weird because I don't mind talking to anyone or making friends with anyone.
Just a golfer for hire.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what I was. And I could get kind of discounts because all of these shops knew me. They're like, I'm going to come out and I'm going to post pictures of your golf course. And then it turned into like, okay, we're going to discount it. Then it turned into like, all right, we're getting some traction. And then it became like, I don't know the last time I paid for golf. I'm not saying that like to blow my own horn, but like, I don't know the last time Myrtle Beach wise that I paid for golf.
Wow.
It's just, I attribute that to because I've just done I've worked my ass off trying to support Myrtle Beach golf and show people how good it is. And it's really cool how the community's just grabbed a hold of that. But so then I was like, there's got to be a way I can monetize this. Like, what can I do?
The free golf wasn't monetization, though.
Right. So then it turned into like bachelor parties were saying, hey, can you book us a trip? Like, we've only got 13 guys. Can you be the 14th? Or, we've got 20, all these different numbers. Like, yeah, let's do it. I'll host it. And I would put these trips together for all these people. And then, if they were down here for 3 or 4 days, I'd commit to playing one day with them. And on that one day, it'd either be me or a buddy of mine or something like that. And I'd say, listen, all right, put your phones away. I only want you to concentrate on making a memory with your friends. I'll take all the pictures. I'll take all the videos. You just have fun. Because what I was noticing is we'd get done and we'd be at the 19th hole or the bar or whatever. And one guy from the group would always say, dang, I meant to take a picture on whatever hole.
Yeah.
So now I know where all those spots are, right? Like I know where the sun is going to hit on the 17th hole at Caledonia, that's where you get the picture, right? Like I know that spot. And I can take all these pictures and these videos and I can edit it and then I can send it back to you and then you got a memory. My whole thing was I just love to help people create memories. And I think that's what we've done with the brand. Like if you're sitting in a cubicle in Kansas City and it's snowing and you've got on a Salty Golfer polo, it might take you back to like, oh man, I remember being in Myrtle Beach in July and I could smell the ocean as I was hitting the ball off the 16th at TPC and, all these different, that's just, I just want to like take you away from your day to day, even if it's for, 5 minutes, just put you in a spot that you're not used to being. And that's just kind of how and then after all of these hosting gigs, people would always say, hey, is there a t-shirt? Is there a hat? Is there something that I can buy to help remember what I just got to experience?
Mm-hmm.
And so then that turned into, let's just do like little, like, so now we're like, so like you boys know this, like everywhere else in the world during COVID, the only thing you could do was get on the internet and buy shit. That's the only thing you could do.
Like, yeah, you could do that. You could play a little golf, and you could do a workout in your house.
Correct.
You could tell yourself that you were going to do yoga or workouts in your house.
Yeah. Well, I did not do any yoga during COVID.
Because you're playing golf.
That's right. So we would do these like random, like we'd create some weird, not weird, but some really cool off the wall logo that like we did a Kraken, and it looked like it had dreads and it said salty in the little hat he was wearing. And then the tentacles spelled golfer. And if you didn't know it, you would never see it. Like, and then we do 75 or 100 t-shirts and like we drop them and they'd be gone in 72 hours. Like when we did a drop, if you didn't buy it, you were never going to see it again. Like that's how we did it. And we started doing that with hats and then t-shirts and then combinations. And then we would do it around, then like the world just kind of opened back up and we'd start doing it around the majors. And then, I was working 90 hours a week doing my day job and doing the Salty Golfer. And then it's getting to the point, like I needed to make a decision. And the turning point was I was laying in bed with my wife one night and she said, Wes, do you want to be 85 years old and wonder what if? And I was like, nah, I don't. And that was kind of like the kind of like the push off the cliff to go give this a try. And she was like, are we allowed to cuss on your podcast? Are we allowed
Absolutely.
To
fuck yeah, you can.
Yeah. So that was just kind of the push. And she was like, you know what, honey? Like, if we're going to fail, let's fucking fail big. Let's go at this all the way. Like, you can always find a job. And I was on a small business podcast a couple of weeks ago, and I told him, I said, listen, if you're going to do something, like I'm a big believer in chasing your dreams, like chase them down, run them down, start a business if you want to. But if your circle, if your wife or your other half or your family, if they're not down 100% like you are, don't even try it. Do not even attempt it. Because there's going to be some really sketchy times. There's going to be some scary times. Like I have 5 daughters and I got one graduating from college all the way down to 14 and all from the same woman, by the way. I like to add that they're all from Katie. And that's scary. Like I was in the medical business. I had great insurance. Like that went away, but it's been the most fun and most rewarding, scariest thing I've ever done in my life. And by no means are we out of the woods. We're not a Malbon. We're not a Peter Millar. We're grinding every freaking day. Yeah. But it's so much fun. And like I get to go to like the PGA show and I meet guys like you and we get to like hang out and I get to meet like I see guys that reached out to me way back before they were anything, and now they're bigger than me. And it's really cool. Like the guy that runs a golf project, like I had him on an Instagram live during COVID, I think.
Yeah.
Now that guy is just like, phew.
Yeah.
And
Ray
then,
took
and
off.
then and then you got he's going to kill me that I'm forgetting his name, but him and his wife, they run they do all the social media for that par 3 stuff out in Nevada.
Oh, you're talking about Clay and Nicole, Esquire
Yeah.
Golf, and yeah.
Like, he had me on. He interviewed me like way back when. Like,
When
and
he used
it's
to do
like
the brand
so
features and the
cool.
brand spotlights.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
so cool to see like what they've been able to do. And it's like the whole social media golf space it's awesome. Like, it's so cool.
Mhm.
And I just want to continue to build this community and meet people and tell the story. And it's really like I told you guys this earlier, like we did it backwards. Like, we built the community before we built the brand.
Mhm.
And basically the community helped build the brand. Like,
I don't
I am
think it's
not
backwards, though.
wealthy. Like, I didn't have $1 million just to say, let's go try to build something.
I think if you don't have the capital to do it, I think you have to do it the way that you've done it.
Yeah.
Because what's kind of cool is that there is a method to do it now, right? It used to only be like, oh, if I want to start a t-shirt company, I have to have the capital to invest in 250 t-shirts and probably 3 different SKUs. And then I've got to house them all at my house. And it's like, no, now I can like start an Instagram account and start a vibe or a community and whatnot. And if you really want to, from the jump, you can do print on demand and start that way, and would do it with very minimal capital and do everything. So, I mean, I think you're doing it the right way. I think that's the way that Sean and I are envisioning doing what we want to do is, we knew that the world necessarily at this point did not need another t-shirt company or another hat company. But now that we have people who like us and want to support us, those are people who would likely be t-shirt buyers and hat buyers, right?
As long as what we produce adds value back to the community. I think that's the key piece for us.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think that's what we've done with the Salty Golfer is like, it doesn't matter to me whether you buy $200 off the website or you DM me and say, hey man, this is really cool what you're doing. That is all equal to me. Like, yes, I need people buying stuff from the website. Like, I need that. Like, that is, I'm very thankful for that. But like, just getting confirmation that, hey, people dig what we're doing, that helps out so much because it gives you that extra little bit. Because there's days where you're like, dude, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Like, this is tough. This is hard. But something will pop in your DMs and they're like, hey man, I bought this shirt. I love it. Like, I went to Myrtle Beach when I was 14 with my granddad and we played this golf course. It was so fun. Like, and those are the things like, all right, like that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's been really cool to be a part of this thing. And I'd be remiss about it. I got 2 really good business partners, Jacob and Clayton, that came to me because this is such a capital intense business. Like you do need the money. And they're like, hey dude, like we believe in this. We want to be a part of it. And it's really cool to have 2 business partners that believe in something that you created just as much as you do. And they're not in it to be on the TV. They're not in it to be on social media. You would never know they existed, but they're there to just like, and they are business owners and they've helped me become a better business owner. So, it's been really cool.
Maybe a good segue. Do you ever treat them to golf at Caledonia?
Listen, so Jacob is a hunter. Like, he loves fishing and hunting. He's not a very good golfer. He'll tell you he's not a very good golfer. He goes to play golf. He's there socially to drink and have a good time.
We love those guys. They add value to the group, right?
Right. Clayton is very competitive, and he loves the game of golf, and he's fun to play with. He's a good partner to have. But like, we meet every Wednesday for a staff meeting, the three of us, and when it gets a little warmer, once a month, we all 3 go play golf together. That's our staff meeting. So
nice.
It's a lot of fun.
Sean, we just talked about that. We just talked about having more frequent meetings or potentially doing a summit. I think as opposed to doing those over Zooms. Once you move out here, we'll be doing those on a golf course for sure.
Yeah, totally. I own a business too, and sorry, I was going to say I own a business too, and it's so important to make sure that you leave enough time in a setting that isn't stressful or isn't part of your daily routine to just have that creativity a little bit with those two guys that you're doing business with. And sometimes the golf course is a really good place to do that.
100%.
So,
I agree. 100%.
Yeah. Go ahead, TJ.
Yeah, no, you're good. I was going to transition to you had mentioned he's not a big golfer, but we talked about the name being Caledonia Golf and Fish Club. I gotta know, like, what does that entail? That is not a, usually you look at golf courses and you see country club, golf course. Every once in a while you see a hunt club. I'm assuming that's of a similar vein, but I mean, can you elaborate for anybody who's potentially not familiar with Caledonia?
So it is exactly what it says it is. It's Fish Club. Like there's a place where you can dock and you can shoot out onto the river right there, and you can go fishing. And there's a place to have a massive fish fry when you come back. And
nice.
It's everything you think it is. When you think Fish Club, it's anything that a hunting club would be. It's just fishing instead. So like, I would love for you guys to make your way to Myrtle Beach. I would love to take you guys out for a long weekend and just kind of like be your host and show you all the spots. But Caledonia Golf and Fish Club is built on what was a Civil War plantation. It was called the True Blue Plantation, and it was a 3,000 acre plantation. And there's some of the rivers, the channels are still there where they would go out to the rice plantations. Like there's so much, history in this area, via good or bad, but it's history nonetheless. And I would love to show you some of that stuff. It's built right into the golf course. The golf courses do really good of like putting historical markers up, and there's a really old shack at Caledonia. It's a white little shack, and when you make the turn during the peak season and during when it's cold, you get a free bowl of chowder, and that recipe is very, very old. There's a gentleman there that makes it. I know it takes 10 pounds of fish and 10 pounds of potatoes, but that's all he'll tell you. He will not tell you what else he puts in it. So I love stuff like that. And then, Caledonia it's just such a really good piece of property. I'm a huge Mike Strantz guy, and he built that golf course, and its sister course is right across the street, True Blue.
Yep.
But Caledonia it has my heart. It was one of the first golf courses when I started the Salty Golf, where Bob Sagani, the GM out there, he goes like, dude, this is freaking awesome that you're doing this right in my backyard. Please use my golf course as your playground if you want to. And he got it early. He kind of saw what social media was going to be as far as golf and how he could use it to his advantage, even though that golf course is already a top 100. He saw the writing on the wall, like, I need to get in front of all this before it's too late. And he's been great. He's been great to work with. That whole True Blue and Caledonia. I mean, all the golf courses down here, they've been great to work with for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's always interesting when social media plays a part in what golf courses think is important. Because it's not a traditional marketing effort that, a lot of GMs who have maybe been at a golf course for a long time or a superintendent, it's not a priority for them. Right. And then in the last 5 years, a lot of golf courses, the tee sheet's always full, whether they do good social media, bad social media, no social media, whatever. Right. So it's always a breath of fresh air as a group of guys who run a social media account in addition to a podcast. They recognize the importance, I guess, in digital marketing.
Yeah, I think what else is cool to your point there is like the golf courses that get it, that understand how important social media is, not only for advertising. When you go into Caledonia or you go into True Blue or some of the other golf courses down here that are really using social media to their advantage, you're going to see more guys like us playing those golf courses than not. Mm-hmm. Like, to me, it's like, I love golf. I love golf. Like there's not many other things I love more than golf. But I don't want to be at your golf course for 6 hours. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love it,
Yeah.
but and I think like I'm not of the younger generation. Probably I'm probably on the back end of like this whole social media golf thing. But I do understand like if you guys are coming down to Myrtle Beach with your family and everyone else in your family doesn't play golf, you're going to get shit on by your family if you take 6-7 hours to play that round of golf.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I think I think that plays into a lot of what Caledonia and True Blue, like they understand that, like, hey, these guys are here. We need to treat them with the most respect possible, but we also like need to respect their time. And like, hey, if they're being held up, if they're being like, let's keep the pace of play as good as it can be without, pissing a bunch of people off, because
Yeah.
a lot of what you'll find out in Myrtle Beach is there's a lot of people, they're on their golf trip. They're on their golf trip for the year.
Yeah.
And they've spent a lot of money and they deserve, not to have, because a lot of them have booked a tee time at 8:00 in the morning and they're trying to get over to the next tee time at 1:30.
Yeah.
So it sounds like the Marshall test might be a question we come up against today.
True. We can hop into some of the reviews here, and then we can get into Wes talking about the must play test. I want to get into some of the reviews of the reviews here because obviously, from what you've listened to, Wes is a huge fan. But we have some people out here who are fans. We have some people out here who aren't fans. So we're going to dive into the first and only bad review here. This person preferred to remain anonymous on the website that they left this at. And I will say, this review is from 2022. So I think the precedent that I want to set here is, was this potentially an issue then? And then is it still an issue today?
Sure.
So the review here reads, we have played here for many years, but what a disappointment this year. And shame on Caledonia. This year, there were at least 5 unplayable greens. All the bunkers had not been cared for. We were told they were now waste bunkers. No sand in the bunkers and like hitting off of concrete. All of this at full price. Something has gone very wrong at Caledonia. We won't be back.
Yeah. So at 22, I do think, I don't know the full story, but some chemical got sprayed on the greens wrong, and they did lose some that year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do remember, like, I'll be completely honest with you. I remember when that happened. And that, in fact, that review sounds very, I feel like I've read that review. And yeah, I think I'm not trying to stick up for the golf course, but I think some of those trips that came in, it fell through the cracks with that maybe it wasn't explained to them what had happened, and maybe they did have to pay full price or something like that. So, yeah, I do remember when that happened. I do remember like it was a chemical that's supposed to be sprayed on the fairway, got sprayed on some of the greens before they realized it, and
yeah, it's tough.
I guess it's tough. It's tough scene, especially when you're that caliber of a golf course.
Yeah,
but I would assume that everything is totally fine now. It's obviously been flipped, right?
I played out there last week, and
okay,
it's my like it's hard for me to explain how pretty it is out there. Like it's just it's beautiful.
When Sean and I were doing a little bit of pre-production and talking about the golf course, we were just talking about how picturesque of a golf course, something like that.
So that's what's so great about Caledonia is it's not that it's a difficult golf course. I think it only tips out to like 6,700 yards. It's not like crazy long, but what happens is the beauty of it sucks you in. You're like, God, this place is beautiful. Holy crap! How am I 3 over through 2? Like that's kind of like what happens. It's just so beautiful out there.
That's funny because you're almost paraphrasing the upcoming review. Sean, did you have something to chime in on there?
Keep it moving. Go for it. Yeah.
All right. So this one comes courtesy of Ray B. His review reads, it's no wonder people have considered Caledonia the best golf course in Myrtle Beach area for many, many years. This is really a very high-end, greatly maintained golf course. That's a lot of adjectives there. Very fair and very enjoyable to play, and the setting is hard to describe on certain holes because it just feels fabulous golfing this golf course. It really is hard to put my finger on why, other than the way the fairways are shaped and where the trees are placed and the way the trees are maintained, provides a very comfortable and enjoyable backdrop to every shot. This course is a must play, and so is True Blue. These are arguably the two top courses in all of Myrtle Beach and Pawleys Island.
I would just repeat what he said. Like,
yeah, I mean, you were starting to like go down that path, and I was like, hold on, like it's not just your words. Like other people believe this too.
Yeah.
Well, like I don't know if you've seen pictures of the drive in. Like just when you turn and you go down the main drag to the clubhouse, like your drive, it's very similar to Magnolia Lane.
I was just gonna say that I got Augusta vibe when I was looking at the thing.
It is amazing what Mike Strantz, Mike Strantz was an artist first. He wasn't a golf architect. Like he drew and painted, and he saw this. And I don't think a ton of land was moved because there wasn't a whole lot because there's water, like on the back of the property is nothing but water.
Yeah.
But like what he saw and what he was able to do, like I get goosebumps thinking about it because when I turn right, like you could have a absolute shit day, shit week. You turn right on the Caledonia and those trees, and you see that par 5, number 10, as you're driving down. Hopefully there's someone in the fairway going for it. And you can see what they do, and you got number 1 to the left, which is a super gettable starting hole. Like you can get it down there within 60, 70 yards from the tips if you pipe your drive. And you're like, okay, baby, this is what I get to do today. I get to go do this.
I think that's an underrated aspect of golf courses is golf courses that have nice entrances that like give you this weird it's almost like very transformative of what it does to your brain of like here's where I turn, but when I turn I'm not just like turning right into the parking lot and like trunk slamming it. It's like, oh, the golf course is like I'm in the middle of watching Severance right now. Okay. If you haven't watched Severance at all, but they go down an elevator and it changes them from their innie to their outie. And that's like what it feels like. It's like when you have a nice entrance to a golf course, it's very transformative where it goes, okay, I'm shutting off the outside world and I'm ushering myself into my golf mindset. And realistically, for a lot of us, our happy place.
Yeah, and it does the same way when you leave. You're like, crap. I do not want to get to the end of this driveway. I don't want to get to the end of this driveway.
Back to reality.
You're like that drive on the way in felt so long, and on the way out, it was really short.
Really short. Yeah.
All right.
Real quick, I had a question for you. How would you explain low country, that type of golf, to someone who isn't familiar with that style of golf? Real quick.
2 words: Spanish moss. Like that low country to me is like 100-year-old oaks, like Spanish moss, crickets, frogs, sunsets. Like it's so cool to be in the South in the summer or the spring. We're lucky in Myrtle Beach; we can play year round down here. Like, I don't know, man. The low country golf scene is just such a vibe. It's probably, it's kind of like a Sea Island vibe. I think. I don't think it's 2 totally different places. I mean, not 2 totally different places, but like if you've ever been to Sea Island, it's a lot of looks there. Like when you go to Caledonia, you're like, all right, this is low country golf.
Yeah,
that's what this is. That's what this is. And it translates into how the people treat you, how many times you hear the word y'all and like the food you eat and, just from the top to the bottom. And I'm speaking not just Caledonia, which they do a great job. Like everyone down here does such a good job of making you feel like you're the only one playing their golf course that day.
Yeah.
And I think that's just, I'm a Southern boy. I believe in Southern hospitality. I think it's a real thing. I say yes, ma'am. I say no, ma'am. I say yes, sir. I say no, sir. It's how we were raised. And I think that all correlates into low country golf. It's not just about golf. It's about, did you have a good time? And let's go up here on the back porch drink a couple of cold ones, watch these other groups come in, and let's make a memory. I think that's low country golf to me.
Put that on a commercial right there.
I mean, that directly rolls right into essentially what we devised the must play test around, right? Like we built the 10 question test to be around what the golf course feels like as the experience. It's not just the golf. You've got to take in, was the price worth you paid that day?
Sure.
Do you want to hang out and have a beer on the patio afterwards? Do you want to buy stuff out of the pro shop? So I think that's a perfect transition for us to jump in. We asked you to come to the table today with a few questions on the must play test that you think Caledonia would exceedingly pass. What do you think is the first one that you want to take a look at today, Wes?
Well, I mean, I'm willing to handle all of them. I feel like,
for the sake of time, because here's the thing. Also, when we talk about this, ideally, we want to take you up on that offer at some point.
Sure.
Right? So we want to be able to put this to a full episode and do a full must play test.
Okay.
The three of us.
With firsthand experience from
experience from us being there playing it. But we want you to give us the preview. Right? What are going to be the three that you think stand out the most? That maybe no doubt no one would ever disagree on.
All right. All right, I got my notes here. All right, I'm just trying to figure out which ones I want to do. I got my notes.
Don't get me wrong. I love when people come here and they're like, I'm ready to talk about all 10.
Right, I get it. For the sake of time, I understand. I only have them. What is question 4 usually?
Question 4 is the Jonesy test. That's could you see yourself spending $100 on merch in their pro shop? Do they have a logo or apparel worth wearing?
Okay. The answer to that is yes. And it's not solely because of the logo. There's 2 logos, but it's not solely because of the logo. It's, I believe you're going to enjoy that experience so much there that you're going to want a couple of things that when you wear it, you'll be like, dude, you've got to go check this place out.
Okay.
It's not because you're solely in love with the logo, because I will be honest with you, and I might take some criticism from the Myrtle Beach golf community. Like, they could do better on logos across the board in Myrtle Beach.
I would concur.
Yeah. But I think that you are buying $100 worth of merch from that pro shop strictly because from the time you turned into Caledonia, from the time you left, you had the most wonderful time playing golf with your boys that – and I think you said on one of your other podcasts, if you buy a polo, you're probably already at $100 anyway.
Yeah.
So
you got to inflation adjust.
Maybe
right.
you got to adjust that to $200. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that you would buy $100 worth of merch there, no problem.
Okay. Yeah, I remember looking at the logo, and I've put myself into this weird guy who rates logos category.
By the way, I love that. I love that shtick that you do on socials. I love that. I
appreciate it. I get a lot of flack for some of my people. A lot of people think that they're rage bait. I think I'm just being honest. I think objectively, some people just are stuck in their old logos from the 20s and don't want to change it.
Listen, this is what I love about this. Like, what you like, I don't have to like, but we can still be friends. We can still get along just fine.
Yeah. I'm not saying I don't want to go play Cal Club and own things from Cal Club to tell people that I played Cal Club. Right. What I don't think is that I need to buy one of everything with the crest logo on it. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I'm with you, homie. I'm with you.
All right. What else? What do you remember? What other questions you had on here?
Number 5. What's that question?
Number 5 is the buzzworthy test. That's, are there multiple holes worth talking about? Does this course have more than one hole that a group would want to immediately go play again?
Yes. The immediate hole that everyone will want to go play again. I wrote down, I have 5 holes marked on here.
Nice.
But the hole that everyone would immediately want to go, and I cannot wait to be with you two when you experience number 18, is the par 4 18th. You have to hit your drive somewhere between 200 and 230 yards. Then you have a forced carry over water to the green that is probably 5 yards from the back patio that's going to be filled with 50 to 60 players that got done. If you don't hit the green, you're going to be booed and jeered. If you do hit the green, everyone yells. It's an incredible experience. A lot of people say this is what I love hosting people that have never played there. It's the closest a lot of people will ever feel to playing in a tour event because they've got 60 to 100 people on that back patio watching them hit their last iron of the day into the 18th green. And are you going to put up or are you going to shut up? And it is fantastic. I've seen some incredible hole outs. I've seen some +2, +3 handicaps duff it in the water. It is fantastic to watch how certain people adjust or not adjust to pressure.
Yeah.
And that hole alone, yes, like that's what everyone will talk about when you get to the bar that night or the 19th hole or whatever, for sure.
Have you seen the golf clubs that sometimes have a camera out there, and so for people in the bar that like aren't on the patio, they can watch it too?
Yeah,
sometimes it's on delay. So
I don't know. I don't think they do that at Caledonia, but they have TVs all over that restaurant. They should definitely do that. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I've seen it where it's on delay, and so you can watch your shot come in when you go to the bar at the end, which is so cool. But to your point with like a crowd watching, and like that might be the one time you get to feel like you're, a professional or whatever. That moment of, oh shit, there's guys watching and you're standing over it and you feel your heart do different things or you feel your body feel different. It's one of the scariest, but also it's one of my favorite feelings ever in a sport.
Best.
It's so good because you're feeling something and you just want to perform. You just want
to. I played college basketball. I played basketball at a pretty high level. I was pretty good at it, and I miss that about playing sports. That little upset stomach feeling. Like, all right, I got to produce. Like, here we go. Like, can I do this? And I love to see how different people handle it. Like, some guys are like, they think they got it, and then they hit 4 inches behind the ball, and it just goes splat right in the middle of the water, or it goes sideways. And then there's other guys that are like 15, 16, 20 handicaps, and they handle it like it's a pro, and they knock it up there to 20 feet, and they two putt for par, and it's really, really fun. Like we have the last 3 years we have a golf tournament every year called the Plunder on Pawleys Island. And it's a 2-man event, and it's a cash grab, and that's the finishing hole, and that's where the shootout is. And you got 120 dudes watching you come in, and a lot of them are already drunk by the time you're coming in. If you're in those last groups, and it's a lot of fun is to see what you got in the tank.
Yeah, love that.
That's cool.
That's awesome. I love it makes a good golf patio a great golf patio when you have a good view of the green on 18.
Yeah. And they did great. Like Caledonia has 18, and then True Blue, its sister course across the street, their finishing hole, the back patio comes right up to there. And it's an island, a kind of peninsula green with water. Like it's such a good hole. So yes, number 5, I think I answered that correctly.
Okay. Yeah. And then what was the last one that you wanted to take a look at today?
Okay, what's number 6? Is that the food one?
That's the glizzy test. Yeah, it does have good food at the turn.
Fantastic food at the turn. Number 1, to get a free on an October, November day, you're down there playing, you make the turn. It's a little chilly, but not I love fall golf. Big fan of fall golf. You're making that turn, and there's that gentleman, Frank Beckman is his name. If you catch him on the day that he's there, he's in his little shack. You see this big cauldron of chowder, and you make that turn, and he just hands that to you and says, "Have a good day. Enjoy your back 9." And you're free chowder, part of the experience. And I highly recommend. And there's another little shack there too. You can get a hot dog or whatever at the turn. I highly recommend the grilled cheese. It's a Swiss American cheese grilled cheese, but add bacon. Make sure you add the bacon to it.
Grilled cheese.
It's fabulous. They do have a hot dog. Their hot dog's fine too. It's great. It's a glizzy. They do the glizzies there. It's good. But then post round, the restaurant's incredible there. It's where you can sit on the back patio, watch the guys come in on 18, make fun of them. My wife and I will go up there on a Sunday for brunch. She'll get 10 $1 bills. I'll get 10 $1 bills, and we bet back and forth who's going to hit the green or not until somebody has all $20.
Yeah.
It's an amazing experience. I love golf courses that the experience happens when you turn into the golf course and when you leave the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of golf courses that the experience is between hole 1 and hole 18.
Yeah.
And Caledonia, they have done that. They know what they're doing there. The staff is great. The guys that are there waiting on you when you get done to clean your clubs off. A lot of those guys have been there for a very long time. Miss Jen, the cart girl, she is phenomenal. She's been doing it forever, and she is the best. Rarely, I think another thing is like if you go there and Jen's working the cart, you will see her 6 times, which is a lot for cart.
Yeah, that's great.
She whips around that thing, and she knows what she's doing. And you'll see her a couple, maybe 3 times on each 9. So,
do you have a beer? Do you have a beer you recommend with the chowder? What pairs
probably,
well?
Yeah, can hang on.
Yeah, hell yeah. We love an audible.
Mm-hmm. You asked the right question.
He's like, I've been waiting for an excuse to crack this guy open.
I'm
when you grab that chowder, I would recommend our beer, the Salty Golfer beer. It is at Caledonia. It is at most golf courses up and down the Grand Strand. But yeah, it's a 4.2 pineapple blonde, little hint of pineapple. It's not a fruit beer, just a little bit of pineapple. Super crushable. So yeah, pairs very well with anything on their menu.
That's so good.
You know what's funny though is like I think that like I know that you have beer. I don't know if Sean knew that you had a beer.
I didn't. I set you up and I didn't know. I promise.
It's perfect. I'm glad you didn't know, and I'm glad that you set me up like that. It's perfect.
All right. Cool. I think you did a phenomenal job summing up Caledonia there. On the way out here, I do have a few bit of fun facts / trivia. We're going to see how much of a Caledonia nut that you are. Okay. On our way out here. You alluded to at least this first one. You talked about another one, so we'll see if you can round it all out. The first one here is that you knew that Caledonia was on a plantation before it became a golf course.
Yeah.
What kind of plantation was it?
It was rice.
Correct. And then obviously the clubhouse was the old plantation home that they have renovated and reconverted.
Yeah, it was everything was rice down here, plantation wise.
Okay.
And it was actually called the True Blue Plantation, which is also their sister course's name is True Blue. Yeah.
Okay. So then, speaking of the name of this one, what does Caledonia translate into in Latin or Spanish?
I have no idea. I've been asked this before, and shame on me for not knowing. Like, I don't know.
Sean, any guesses?
Okay, I know there's like a New Caledonia island out in the Pacific, and I thought it was French related, but I didn't realize. I'm going to guess like heaven.
Now, Sean, you're going to be very pleased to hear this one based upon your upcoming travel schedule. It actually translates to Scotland.
Really? Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have known that.
Yeah. I mean,
there's the Caledonia in Scotland. I never even thought about that.
Yep. Huh. So there's that. And then Salty had alluded to this one. 2425golf.com had put Caledonia as one of the top 100 golf courses that you can play in the U.S., so they're public golf courses. What number was Caledonia? You got at least a 1% chance in getting this.
Want to give us a range there, TJ?
I will say it is between 50 and 100.
Man, I got 2 numbers in my brain for some reason. I don't know why. I got 77 and 91.
Oh, it's 76. Matthew, there was no way you're getting closer than that.
Oh, man. All right. Well, yeah. I'll take that.
Very, very close. Very, very close. Yeah. So, I mean, pretty spot on. Like I said, you'd alluded to a few of the before, and I was like, damn, is he going to steal my trivia from me? Because it almost always happens. I mean, obviously, we're talking to people about what some of their favorite golf courses. Usually, they know a lot of the ins and the outs of the golf courses. So
yeah,
glad I could surprise you with at least one on there.
Sure. Love that.
All right. Well, closing out, Salty. Thank you so much for hopping on.
No, thank you guys. I really hope you both can come down for just get here. I'll take care of everything else. Y'all just get here. All right.
Well, like I said, ultimately with these level select episodes, our goal is to follow through on some of these promises. We want to try and make some of these as a trip, go out with the guest, and then have a follow-up and put them to the must-play test. So stay tuned. Make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that you're following so that when we do that, you guys get to see the updates on these. And like I said, if you're someone who's watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and comment. Give us a rating. Let us know if you like it or not. Tell us if you hate us. Engagement is engagement, right?
That's right.
But again, Wes, just wanted to thank you for hopping on. We had a great time today, man.
Thank you guys so much. Happy to be on here.
Thanks,
you guys are killing it. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Likewise.
Talk to you guys soon.
All right. See ya.